Hey, it's been a while, but it's time to make some ramen. I've been craving it. Here's a new Shoyu Tare with a Tori Paitan.
Okay, I got my Instant Pot filled up with some leftover bones I had in my freezer and filled it up with water. Perfect time to make some chicken paitan stock as it's been a while and I was craving ramen. We're gonna bring this up to a boil and start skimming any of the scum that rises to the top. Now you could definitely do this with fresh chicken, but if I'm not purposely making ramen for friends, I usually just use leftover chicken bones that I have from leftover meals, or when I practice my butchery by deboning. When most of the scum has been skimmed off, we're going to pressure cook this for 30 minutes. This allows all the extraction of flavor and gelatin from all the bones and meat. And meanwhile, while we're doing that on the side, we're going to prep the rest of our... Here I got some niboshi or dried anchovies. These are the medium-sized ones, so you do have to pick off the heads. I learned last time when I was making something else with them, and if you don't pick off the heads, it does leave like a slight bitter aftertaste. So we gotta do the annoying process of picking off these heads. Now we cut up our aromatics. Add some Napa cabbage and clean up, some scallions, ginger, garlic, and daikon radish. Really, I just use whatever I have readily available. I just happen to have these aromatics. But the typical ones, I feel like our staples are scallion, ginger, and garlic, or as I call them, the trinity of most Asian cooking. When our stock has finally finished pressure cooking and depressurized, this is the results. We're gonna crank this up, the heat. We're gonna use our saute function and bring it up to a boil again, and we're gonna let this run at a rolling boil. Since this is a Paitan stock, we want to emulsify all the fats into our stock and make it cloudy. This makes it obviously more flavorful, albeit heavy. It's personally why I don't make this as often now. Getting too old for all this rich flavor. We're gonna add in some of our aromatics, in this case our daikon, scallions, ginger, and garlic. I'm gonna reserve the cabbage for a little bit later. I don't wanna run that for too long. If you run cabbage for too long, it can get a bit bitter. So after around 30 minutes, I'm gonna drop in the cabbage. I'm gonna let this roll for 15 and let it hard rolling boil. As you can see, the boil allows everything to emulsify, and you see how the stock is turning very creamy. After 15 minutes, I'm gonna drop in a couple sheets of kombu and our niboshi from before. At this point, we will reduce the boil to a simmer for another 15 minutes. You don't want a hard rolling boil this, as it can turn everything bitter and it can have a slimy texture due to the kombu. Finally, after 15 minutes, we're gonna dump in our katsuboshi, and this will steep for another 10 minutes. After everything is done, it's time to strain. Probably the most laborious effort. I have a chinois here, or a big pot. I'm gonna slowly strain this. So I'm gonna strain it using my fat separator. I'm also gonna have a finer mesh strainer underneath it to catch any sediments from the rolling boil. It will help make our final product a little bit better. After everything is done, I'm gonna separate it into quart containers and make our ramen another night. Now for the Shoyu Tare. Honestly, not much difference. The only difference is I decided to add niboshi. Now the first time I tried to do the niboshis, I had to remove the heads. It tend to have an off flavor in the final Shoyu Tare. So this time I decided to see if there's any difference, and I must say there was. Definitely better this time. So all we're really gonna do is saute our niboshi a bit. Dump in your sake and mirin and let this cook off the alcohol. Then dump in your shoyu that has kombu and shitake soaking overnight. Bring your tare up to a boil and add in a little bit of brown sugar. Remove our kombu, bring it up to a boil again, and then dump in our katsuboshi before straining it in 10 minutes. Finally, finish it off with some fish sauce, and there you go, another Shoyu Tare. Honestly, I like it a lot. I'm going to leave all the measurements of what I use in the description below if you want to recreate it. And now on to finally making our ramen. First things first, we're going to heat up our soup, start prepping our toppings. In this case, I have some scallions, going to have some soft boiled eggs on the side. And for our protein, I have a steak that I dry brine overnight. We'll reverse sear it. Never had steak in ramen, but honestly, pretty good considering it's going to be a rich tori paitan anyway. I'll prep all of this up. Start boiling our noodles, try to do a decent noodle full, and then put all the toppings together. And here we go. A seriously really good bowl of Tori Paitan ramen using only some leftover chicken bones that I had, and testing out this new Shoyu Tare, which was very good as well. Like I said, it'll be in the description below if you want to give it a shot. If you ever want to go through all this efforts to make some ramen, which to be honest, I already make stock a lot, And with the pressure cooker, it definitely makes it a lot less time. So let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and follow my Instagram at Weekend Cooks. Thanks for the support.